Good morning, friends. Today we are going to see the next topic in GE 6757, Unit 4, Quality Function Deployment. This is also called as Voice of the Customer. This will be asked as a 16-mark question, repeated question in the semester examination. They'll ask a 2-mark question, define the term Quality Function Deployment. As an engineer of any branch, you must know the word QFD, the voice of the customer. We are converting the voice of the customer into design to product. So stage is called quality function deployment. So this is a tool, planning tool used to fulfill the customer expectations. It is a disciplined approach to product design, engineering, and production, and provides a depth evaluation of the product. This is used for the design of the product when it is before putting into the manufacturing. So you can reduce your bottleneck movements. So analysis is possible. The collection of data, based on the collection of data, analysis is doing the analysis, find the conclusion. Among the many problems, select the optimum one. Then among the many solutions, select the optimum solution and approach the final results before going into the production. So as a design engineer, tomorrow if you are going to be appointed as a design engineer, you must know this concept, quality function deployment. So QFD focuses on voice of the customer into technical and functional requirement in every stage of design. It is also called as customer-driven engineering. By doing one example, you can easily able to understand what is quality function deployment. Then definition for QFD, they'll ask for 2 more questions. A system of translating customer requirements into appropriate requirements at every stage from research through product design and development to manufacturing, manufacturing to distribution, distribution to installation, marketing, sales and service. Objective of QFD. Objective of QFD is find out the true voice of the customer and use this knowledge to develop the product which satisfies the customer. Final ultimate aim is to fulfill the customer need. To help the organization analysis of all the pertinent information associated with the project. So all the data are collected and put it into the form. Quality function deployment. Another name is called voice of the customer. That is words of the customer. To describe the expectations are often referred to as the voice of the customer. This is the driving force behind the QFD process. They'll ask for 2 more questions. Define the term voice of the customer. 2 more questions. From where you are getting customer expectations, sources of customer expectations. You can get the information from the direct discussion, interviews, customer survey, marketing survey, trade trials, focus groups, customer visits, consultants, observations, warranty data, customer audit, customer complaints, field reports, standards, government regulations. All from that we are getting the customer expectation, what the people are expecting. In that vein, the QFD, the main part of the QFD is house of quality. Very important term. They'll ask for 8 more questions. Discuss briefly about house of quality and construct a house of quality in Kapanga. They'll ask for 16 more questions. The primary tool of QFD is called matrix. One of the example for matrix. In Unit 3, we have seen the new management tools. Under that, the matrix is come into play. So this is one of the best example of that particular tool or matrix. The set of matrix used to translate the voice of the customer into design requirements that meet specific target values and matches those against how an organization will meet this requirement. They'll ask for 2 more questions. The basic structure of the house of quality. As a engineer, you must know the word house of quality. The basic structure is customer requirement, prioritize customer requirement, technical description, relationship matrix, prioritize technical descriptions. Customer requirements means what the customer required, what. Prioritize means what is the extra special they require the customer requirements. Third, technical descriptor, what are the facilities what you are having to meet the customer requirements by using the existing resources. Relationship management, what is the relationship between technical descriptor and the customer requirements. Then prioritize technical descriptor, what are the special requirement required for your manufacturing. So basic structure of the drawing, by seeing this way we can see the house. So houses means first one there, this called a customer requirement is one of the left side wall, exterior walls, both right side or left side, both exterior walls of the customer, the voice of customer. Left hand side is the voice of the customer. What means what are the expectations? WHAT watts. See the one, the watts of the customer. So watts of the customer. So right side wall. Then right side wall. Prioritize customer requirements. They include benchmarking, importance of rating, target value, sales point. In addition to the customer requirement, what are things required to make a benchmarking for doing, importance of the rating, how the customer is going to sell your product, what is the target value, what is supposed to target value, what is sales point. These are all the points from the right side of the house. That is, left side wall is what, right side wall is prioritized customer requirement. Next, technical descriptors. That is, first floor or second floor. First floor or ceiling contains technical descriptor. Ceiling on the technical descriptor, that is voice of the organization. That is engineering term, how the product are going to be specified. Engineering term is ceiling. So this is called technical descriptor and voice of the customer. How? How means how you are going to meet the manufacturing site to meet the what customer requirement. Then relationship matrix. So making relationship between the what's relationship between customer requirements and technical descriptors. In between this, we are making what versus how. We are making relationship between requirements and the customer requirements and the technical descriptors. Then prioritize technical descriptor. Under the bottom of the foundation is a priority descriptor. So technical benchmarking, degree of technical difficulty and target value. Then we see the graph, basic structure of the house. It consists of the left side and right side wall. Left side is what, right side is prioritized customer. Roof is how we are going to manufacture. In between hall is called what versus how. Then prioritized customer is a base. Top one is how to how, relationship. So by seeing the graph, you can have the basic structure of the house of quality. They'll ask for 8-mark question. Discuss briefly about house of quality. Simply they'll ask for 6-mark question means you can draw very simply the drawing neatly you can do. That is enough. Now we are going to construct a house of quality in the quality function deployment. If you are taking example, we are manufacturing one company, the company ABC company is manufacturing. By seeing the example, you can able to understand this concept very comfortably. For example, for experiment fulla போட்டு முடிக்கிறப்போ, you can able to understand the concept very comfortably without very problem, any difficulty. The house of quality, what you have seen is the basic structure. The same thing we are going to inbuild the same into this one. So ABC company, the manufacturing bicycle, the cranks, rims want to expand the product also. The handlebar, mountain bike, the bike running in the mountain. So they go to make the handlebar in between the XY. That is a triangle type frame in the cycle, handlebar system. So we are going to select what is the material, what is the process we can able to do like that. So basic house of quality. This is a final house of quality comes. This is what, this is how, this is relationship matrix, this is prioritized customer requirement, this is technical descriptor, prioritized technical descriptor, prioritized customer descriptor, then other values. By seeing the graph, you can able to understand the drawing. This is a basic house of quality. we are going to construct one by one. The basic aim is, understand the concept of the QFD, House of Quality. After completing full exercise, you can able to understand very easily like that one. First step, 7 steps are there. 1. List customer requirements. List technical descriptor. Develop relationship between what and how. Develop relationship between how and how. Competitive assessment. Develop prioritized customer requirements. Develop prioritized technical descriptor. These are all the steps involved in the construction of the quality, house of quality. First, we got to list out what is a customer requirement. What? If you take a bicycle, the what portion I have taken, primary, secondary, tertiary. Customer requirement is what? Primary means what? Aesthetics, performance. Aesthetic side, what are the secondary requirement? Reasonable cost, aerodynamic look, nice finish, corrosion resistance. Performance side, we need lightweight, strength, durable. So we are saying that the major secondary territory. In the example, no territory, we can take only primary and secondary. This is what? As a mountain bike cycle, what is the customer requirement? Aesthetic side, they need cost, aerodynamic look, nice finish, corrosion resistance. The performance side, it should be lightweight, strength, durable. This is the first step. Second step, how? How means how we are going to manufacture the bar. That is, this is a company side. What is that? This is a manufacturing facility you are having. Technical how? Primary, material selection, manufacturing process. So for the cycle bar, we are taking steel, aluminum, titanium. Then manufacturing side, we are having the processes welding, die casting, sand casting, forging, powder metallurgy. This is the second step. First step, if we take defining the what customer requirement. Second step, we are defining how. Now, third step, we have to say the relationship between what and how. So, if we take the combining these two, this is what, this is how. Is the reasonable cost, aerodynamic look, nice finish, reasonable cost. So this is a steel, aluminum, titanium. It's a relationship between the strong, medium, weak. If it is put as a strong one, medium, weak. This is what and how. How we are going to relate the forcing by seeing the relationship, what and how. If you take a reasonable cost, if you take a steel, cost is good. So cost is cheap. So the relationship is strong. Aluminium, cost is good. That is strong. Reasonable cost. Titanium, it is costly. So relationship is weak. Welding, steel can be welded. Okay. Die casting, it is welding process, it is cheap. Die casting process, it is reasonable cost. Die casting, okay. Sand casting, it is the reasonable cost. Forging, this is one. And powder metallurgy, this is weak. So aerodynamic look, steel varade, aluminum weak. So we are putting a relationship between the customer requirement and technical what and how. So we are giving the ratios, nice finish. Steel you cannot get finish, aluminum you can get very good finish, titanium very good finish, welding least finish, die casting very good finish, sand casting less, forging less, powder metallurgy super finish. So like that we are adding the relationship matrix for what and how. That is development of the what and how. First step what சொல்லிருக்கிறோம். Second step how. We told about the how. Third step we are making relationship between what and how. Third step. Now we have to make relationship between how and how. This technical descriptor how and how. Steel versus welding. This arrow. Steel versus welding. Steel you can do welding, so it's dark. Then aluminum it is doing welding, weak, negative, pass somewhat okay. Titanium it is negative, like that. Then if you take Aluminum, you can do steel versus one, steel versus die casting, steel versus sand casting, steel versus forging, steel versus powder metallurgy. So these are the lessons. Aluminum versus welding, die casting, sand casting, forging, powder metallurgy, second line. Then titanium versus all the process, it is third line. So first step, we are going to say about what is what requirement. Second step, how requirement. Third step, relationship between what and how. Fourth step, relationship between how and how. So if it is a dark one, it is called strong positive. If it is a dull one, it is a positive. If it means cross means negative. Star means strong negative. So in this here, this is applicable to here, strong, medium, fast. So four steps are over. Now we are comparing competitive assessments. We are comparing our product with the others' product. So we are adding competitive product, our product, A product, B product. So we are saying that our product, reasonable cost, the scale ratio is 0 to 5. Reasonable cost, ours is 3, aerodynamically 4, nice finish, we are putting the scale of 5. A product, we are comparing with our competitive product, they are manufacturing the same component. In our company, they are manufacturing the same cycle, we are having that. As A product, reasonable cost, the value is there, 0 to 5. B's product is adding customer competitive assessment. First step, what? Second step, how? Third step, what and how? How and how? Now we are adding customer competitive assessment. Then we are adding technical competitive assessment. Every customer add பண்ணுமோ, we are adding another term. It is called technical competitive assessment for our product, A's product, B's product. So value is 0 to 5, we are giving the value 0. Our product is 0. Aluminium, so we are taking aluminium as our tool, so we are saying 5. So titanium is we are not taking 0. The B company selected a titanium component. Steel company is using 5 steel. So for that we are adding technical competitive product. So far we have done what, how, what and how, what and what, customer competitive description, technical competitive descriptors. Next step, we are adding prioritized customer requirement. That means we are adding importance of the customer, target value, scale up factor, sales point, absolute weight. So we are adding 8, we are scale of 0 to 10. Target value, how we are going to compare with our product with the others product. So target value, then scale up factor, what is it, 0 to 2 scale factor. The sales point 0 to 2, we are giving 8, 5 like this, we are giving our competitive. Others extra, the prioritized customer requirements. So importance of the customer, according to importance of the customer, what is the reasonable cost? 8. So 5 like that they are giving like that. It is a prioritized customer requirement. இப்போ பார்த்தீங்கன்னா what, how, what and how and how, customer competitors, technical competitive, prioritized customer. Now we are adding prioritized technical descriptors, drawing la degree of technical descriptor, target value, absolute value, relative value. So by calculating the value 1, the scale of 1 to 10, we are giving the value, target value 0 to 5. So these are we are going to calculate in the formula. So these are all the steps we are included in the drawing. So in this graph, so far we have conducted, we are listed out what is the customer requirement, what is the design requirement, how, what is relationship between how and what, relationship between what and how and how, customer prioritization, technical competitive product, customer prioritized components, technical prioritized technical descriptor. Now for calculating purpose, we have to calculate the absolute weight for the each customer, absolute weight. Because seeing this graph, we can see the absolute weight we are per customer. So importance of customer into scale up factor into sales point. by seeing the graph, importance of customer into scale-up factor into sales point. So 8 into 1.3 into 1.5, 16. 5 into 1 into 1.5, 8. So like that we calculated by seeing this one, 8 into 3 into 1.5, 16. 5 into 1 into 1.5, 18. 5 into 1.8, like that. We are calculating the customer absolute weight we are calculated. Next step, we are going to find out the absolute weight for the technical descriptor, that is dot value into importance of customer. So dot value, if you are taking aluminium, so we have taken aluminium. For example, I have taken aluminium, this area. So aluminium 8, this is 0, this dot point. So dot value is 9. So 9 into 8. Then 1, weak point 1, 1 into 5. So like that we are adding 227. So the value is 227. So போட்டிருக்கோம். Then we are going to see for the relative weight of the technical requirements for the die casting process. For the die casting process, we have taken this value into absolute weight. So die casting process dot value into absolute weight of the customer requirements. For this is the dot value, this is 3. So 3 into 16, 9 into 8, 9 into 5, 3 into 2, there is no value 0, 0 into 18, 3 into 5, totally 213 here. By seeing these full values, you can able to understand, we can select this 227 is the highest value for aluminium, absolute weight. The relative weight is 213, the highest value. So we have to choose for our cycle, we have to handlebar is made of aluminium, manufacturing of the die casting. So this is the interpretation from this drawing. By this way, we have to construct your house of quality. So once again, I am repeating the procedure, house of quality. First step, you have to say what is the customer requirement, how, what is the design developments what you are having, relationship between what and how, the relationship between how and how, customer prioritized descriptor, technical competitive customer competition, customer requirement, technical competitive requirement, then prioritized customer requirement, then prioritized technical descriptor. We have to find out absolute weight, then the absolute weight for the technical descriptor, the relative weight of the technical descriptor. By observing the figure, you can easily able to find out the best one, highest one is the values given. For this example, we can go for selection of the handlebar of aluminium with the die casting process. This is the way. Another example. So example, if you ask the question, you need not write this drawing is not requirement by the management, required by the evaluator. The evaluator should know so far how you are taken an idea. So example is, if you take a design engineer, a new product or the child toy, it should be suitable to children age of 3 to 9. How to design the new bathtub. The baby is in the tub, bathtub, this is a bit pile upon. So we will design the new product as a QFD, construction quality house of quality for the new toy. So left side, what? So what are the requirements of the small toy? Safe, low cost, fun to play, stimulative management, lightweight, these are requirements. So step 2, it is how. Low density material, assembled product, strong and durable, colorful, molded parts, smooth surfaces, இதெல்லாம் வந்து design side. So we are giving the how and what. This is what, how and how. This is prioritized competing products, prioritized customer. So competitive product. So like this, you got to draw the drawing. So if you draw anything, you have to cite the steps and give idea about these things for the drawing. Practice 1 or 2 drawings enough. The same drawing cannot write. Another example, you construct the new fitness center in your city with the competitive of with the other competitors. So what is the requirement? Left side. So you go to write what are the customer requirement. Then this is the design requirement. How? The relationship between how and what. The relationship between how and how. So competitors product, then customer price, sales point. So like this, we got to draw like this. So as evaluator, what they expecting is whether you understood the product or concept or not. So with this example, you can able to understand QFD. If you go to the Google search, you can able to do plenty of quality cost of quality is available for any product you can do. This is the best method is called QFD. This is meant for new product developer. It is a basic tool. So house of quality function deployment. That means you are converting the customer requirements into final product and find out the possible way of establishing your product. So this is the method for QFD. This is one question. Another stage is 16. Another question is QFD process. You should not confuse with the question. House of quality at the quality process. House of quality is one of the step. So process of QFD is first phase is product planning. Second phase is product development, part development. Third stage is process planning. Fourth stage is production planning. So first stage is, if you see the graph, list of what are the 7 steps what you have seen product planning. So first we have seen all these 6 in the first construction of the house of quality. So phase product planning begin with the customer. So customer requirement, design requirements. Second stage drawing for the EC. So design requirements you got to come here. Then part quality. From the design you got to develop the part. So first designing the part, second part is the part development. PFD process down to subcomponents level, both requirements and characteristics. Deploy the component deployment chart, relative critical subcomponent, control the component. Phase 2 part development. So from the previous graph, design requirement, the design requirement comes here, then part quality characteristics. Third stage, the part quality characteristics should come here, then key process. Part learn we are going for process planning. இதுக்கு ஒரு house of quality பண்ணும். Develop the relationship between the critical characteristics and process used to create the characteristics. Phase 3, process planning. Fourth step, key process factors இங்க வரணும். Production requirements இங்க வரணும். So fourth step is production planning, begins with prototype. So production planning, tabulate the operating instructions for the process requirement, develop the prototype and do testing, launch and final product in the market. So we got to draw the process planning chart. அப்படின்னு கேட்டாங்கன்னா you got to draw this flow diagram first. That is product planning begins with the customer requirement, design requirement. Then design requirements comes here, then part development comes here. Part quality comes here, key process comes here. Key process இங்க வரணும், production requirements இங்க வரணும். So 4 stages, product planning, from product planning to product development, development to process, process to process planning. So what are the benefits of the QFD? The last one 16 mark question. Discuss QFD process. அப்படின்னு கேட்டாங்கன்னா you have to draw the second side of it. Don't confuse the house of quality. House of quality is the first part of the quality process. So improves the customer satisfaction, reduce the implementation time because you are doing all the analysis well in advance. Then promotes the teamwork, promotes the environment for the teamwork, conscious decisions, provides a documentation. So pakkawe you are doing all the documents. So everything is preserved in writing. So you can, without any problem, you can do your construction or your development work well in advance. So what are the possible 2 more questions from this lecture is define the term QFD and benefits of QFD. Repeated question. So part B, explain house of quality with a suitable example 16 marks, or discuss briefly about house of quality steps to construct the same 8 marks. Discuss the QFD process 8 marks. All the last for QFD you got everything. This is a very good example of QFD. You need not write all the example I got given. Go to the Google search. You will find out plenty of drawings are available for house of quality. So this is the best tool for the design engineer. So as an engineer, wherever you go, whatever may be the branch, if you are given a new job, you can do the best by doing the house of quality and find out the possibilities, everything. You can come out the solution very easily. So wish you all the best. So with this, we are continuing. We are completing this QFD.